G'day, Jamie here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time. Session 6 on the Absolute Beginners Guitar course, or Absolute Beginners Guitar session if you're not doing the course. You should be doing the course. If you're learning guitar, this is the course for you. Before we start, a little bit of housekeeping. Please, I'm begging you, subscribe. It helps me. I've got to monetize my YouTube account or I'll be singing for my supper. Please subscribe if you're enjoying what I'm doing. If you have obviously watched my previous videos and you like them and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, if you subscribe to my website, you get access to a whole lot of free stuff. That's the end of the sales pitch. Now, moving on. Prior to this session, which we are doing in standard tuning, we were in open D tuning, which we were applying finger picking. Right, it was more right-hand technique, like really. All of those open tunings, and why I teach open tunings for beginners is because it's all about strumming, and it's all about feeling and getting our rhythm. And also it's all about enjoying the process, which is a lot easier, as I've mentioned before. It's more enjoyable in open tunings because you haven't got the heartache and the soul-destroying, how do you play an F chord, mechanics. It's just nice and free-flowing. But now we're going to engage what I always say. You would have heard me say this before if you watched my videos. Right hand or rhythm is feel or heart. Left hand or chord formation fretting is head. We want a nice balance of the two, but we always want to start off with a foundation of rhythm. So if you enjoyed, this is also something I want to really point out. If you're enjoying open tunings, stop this video and pick up when you're sick and tired of open tunings, which might be in a long time because I still love open tunings. But if you're really enjoying the process and you're coming up with things and it's inspiring you, again, if it's inspiring you, open tunings, stick with them. Don't worry about doing this video yet. It'll be available, obviously, for you to pick up on later. If you've had enough of open tunings and you want to get into more of the standard tunings, you want to jam out with other people, or you just want to make up songs, or you just want to learn, this is the next step. So the very first thing I want to touch on, and I know it sounds obvious, or it may sound obvious, is tuning your guitar. And the reason I want to point this out is because I don't know how many times I have snapped a nice string that didn't need replacing because I'm sitting there turning the wrong string when I'm tuning up. So here's just a little money-saving hack. When you're tuning your string, we'll take this E string. Say I tuned it up before, but I'm going to put it out of tune. Make sure that you are consciously aware that you are turning the right peg. Because what happens is you'll go, if you're sort of like, oh, hangover, oh, I didn't sleep last night, blah, 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 and you're turning this string and it's not making a noise because you're turning the one underneath it, and then that one underneath it goes, and then you've got to go all the way to the guitar store and spend what is now becoming a lot of money on strings. Second thing, when you tune a string, don't come from let's say it's too high and you go and you have to loosen the string to get to the correct tune. Go below the correct tune and come in. Because what happens is if you go from tight to loosen, sometimes the string will get caught up in either the nut or caught up down here, and later on it might loosen a bit more and it will then become too slack and flat. Here's another great thing to do. And this is fantastic for ear training. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but this is how I used to always tune, because they didn't have these clip-on electric tuners when I started playing guitar. You had to buy a great big tuner, and sometimes I couldn't be bothered finding it or using it. You can use harmonics. It's called harmonics, which that is tuning to a harmonic. Now, a harmonic is a light touch directly over the top of the steel fret, so lightly with your finger that you don't mute the string. And I don't know if this mic's going to pick it up, but here's what happens. This is when the string is not in tune. You can hear this, the waver. It's not harmonizing, it's out of harmony. When you tune up, the waver will get almost to the point where then it stops. There's no difference. Still a little bit there. Too high now. So I want to go a little bit lower. Perfect. I go to the next one. So the position I'm in is over the 5th fret and the 7th fret. Now the only place where I don't do the harmonic is on the B string. I can get the B string from, I just go back a fret on my G. So if I was on the 5th fret on the G, I want to go back, that's B. But the same thing will happen, you'll hear the discrepancy in that note. It won't harmonize, and you hear it goes whoa, 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 whoa. And when it stops doing that, you're in harmony. Now, obviously, the idea is many times if you don't have a tuner, and when I was learning, I would listen to a song and find the bass note, especially if it was E. If you can find, so you do need one string that you've got close to tuning. So if I've got someone else next to me, I say, can you play they might be in tune, they say, here's the open E. I listen, that's good then. Or even if you want to check your tuning, you can do it with the harmonics. So it's a great thing for ear training, to listen for that wavering. Even if you've got a tuner, it's just practice it. It's a really good practice idea. Now, we're going to get into chords in a second. I'm going to let you go and tune up and make sure we are sounding the same. And I'll see you soon. Welcome back. Okay, so you tuned up, you're all happy. Workbook, chord charts, they're in there. I'm not going to go over your chords. You'll understand how to do it. What I am going to show you are a few ways to make playing chords easier. And when I say easier, let's attach that to this. We are now up here learning. We are not feeling so much. We are thinking. This is where, and I want to brush over this because this is really important to keep you moving forward and for you not to give up, because this is where we can start enter into that territory where we go, it's too hard. And all beliefs or whatever it is, things can stop us. There's no need for that. Because this is about mechanics. It's about mechanics, muscle memory, and using muscles that have gone, whoa, what are you doing? We don't do that. I've never done that before, right? I've got the first basic chords to make life easier for you is E and A. And they're minors. Now, you'll notice the beauty of E and A with the minor is this. I play an E major, and if I take my first finger off, it becomes a minor. If I play an A, and then I move one note back, it becomes a minor. So that is why I've got those two chords in the workbook. So you can hear the difference. Quickly, the difference between a major and a minor is one note goes back a half step. And what I mean by that is this. If I take the A major, the only note that changes to make it a minor is goes back half a step, or a semitone. When I play the E major and I take that first finger off, which is a semitone, it becomes a minor. So there's a quick bit of theory. Do not get caught up in the theory just yet, but so you know, the difference between a major and a minor chord is a semitone. D, I've got that in the workbook. If I take that note and I drop it back one, and I keep the other two strings fretted, it becomes a minor. So what I would advise you to do is this. Don't try and play chords 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Get used to doing this. Just do them to 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2. Obviously, the more strums you put in, the longer you've got to execute the change. Now, the pace, how fast you're playing, is going to make life either easier or harder to make your chord changes. Because you want to, there's going to be so much going on up here that if I start off like this, I've really got to move quickly to make my next rhythmic change. Meaning, if I want to stick in time with the rhythm and make the change, I really want to start off slow. So it allows you the time to make the change. Making the changes. With these chords that I first started, the E, the A major, D, those changes, they're relatively changing with everything moving because they're all close together, they're bunched together. When you make that change, the practice is this, and even if you get sick and tired or your fingers are sore, you don't even need to strum. You can practice looking. Now, here's another thing. Visualize your chords on the guitar neck. Always look at them. Get friendly with these formations. Then, even if you want to try this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, just any chord you want in the grouping formation of E, A and D. The reason I say this is, when you come to the formations of, let's say, C and G, they're not grouped together. Your fingers are moving further apart from each other. Before, the muscles were like, oh, this isn't too bad. Now the muscles have to open up. So you're stretching over a distance. Now, I would recommend doing this when you're learning to, let's say you take the C chord. When you come down to form the C chord, the finger, your first finger, ground that on the note that it needs to play. Then it's almost like boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Practice coming down 1, 2, 3. Don't try and grab the whole chord in one hit. 1, 2, 3. And when you reach, now I'm going to play the G chord from the C, my second finger wants to come up to form the G note because that's how the G chord is played. So identify your chord from the workbook. Oh yeah, that's a G, that's a G, that's a C. You understand it, but now you've got to change. So when you're changing chords, ground a note first. Bring your fingers down. Ground down. Ground a note down. So land, rest of the notes. Land, land, land. Until it becomes one complete independent movement. So, chords. They are painful, especially, remember this, if you're playing steel string guitar, you're going to suffer more than if you're playing a nylon string guitar, okay? So, and if your action, meaning if the string height from your fretboard, if the distance is high, it's harder to push down. Okay, so there are a few things that come into play here where hand fatigue and pain can trigger. This is too hard. It's not, but you have to put into practice now. This is muscle memory, finger control. Just stick with it. You will get it. Believe me, you will get it. But also enjoy. And please try and teach yourself. When you're practicing, always try and practice to rhythm, because you're still always doing something. Your right hand is still, even if you're trying your chords, 1, 2, 3, 4, is still playing in a rhythm and a pattern that we are teaching. Feel, unconscious chord, we're playing this rhythm unconsciously now. Well, ideally we want to get to that. We're not concentrating on this hand anymore, which is why we did open tuning and rhythm and feel. So we can give this hand all of the attention, and this hand is just supporting this hand to learn now. So that's on chords. There are a lot of chords. I would advise, so you don't get disheartened, F, to this very day for me, after 40-something years of playing guitar, is a chord I avoid like the plague. Yes, I have to play it sometimes because it's an important chord. Yes, learn it. But it's a difficult chord to play, okay? It's a difficult chord to play. When you're playing these chords, do not grab the harder you grab this guitar neck, the more tension and stress you put on this hand. You're teaching this hand. I can't say this enough. You are teaching this hand what to do. So treat it like a young child. Don't discipline it. So when I'm going for my chords, it's all through the shoulder, through the hand, through the forearm. You're not just moving this. If you're just doing this, you're not allowing for reach. You see, if I go from an E chord, I reach. You see how my elbow drops down to the ground. This is completely through my whole shoulder. Everything is moving, not just the hand. The hand is rigid when this stiffens up. Relax, move into your chords, change down. If you have to lower yourself, come around. Make sure your guitar is comfortable. Don't have it like this where you're reaching over and you can't see. Have your guitar on an angle so you can see everything. I can look down here, I can see my chords. That's the mechanics of chords. Again, let's summarize chords. The end result we are going for in this session is this. Understanding what the chord looks like. If you say E, that's what an E looks like. E minor, that's an E minor. That's an A. This is all you're doing now. It's all theory. It's not about playing songs, okay? You can make up anything you want, obviously, but it's about understanding, and it's muscle training and training fingers to move and making the connection between what is a D chord in my head and what is a D chord physically on the guitar, what is the A minor. I know you're going to go, oh, bar chords, oh, these chords, go for it. But just remember this, don't put yourself behind the 8 ball by going to do things that are really, can be very difficult physically to maintain. You can look at the theory behind them. We'll cover that a bit later on. I don't want to overwhelm you in this lesson, but do not get too far ahead of yourself with bar chords and chords that create something that might make you go, oh, there's no way I'll ever be able to do that. You will, I guarantee you will, but take it easy. Little bites, baby steps, whatever you want to call it. Enjoy your practice. And as I said before, if you're not ready to jump into these chords, stick with open tunings. If you're having a good time, I don't want to rain on your party. Folks, thank you so much. It might have been a bit long, but I really think that it's vital that you understand this is where mindiness can come in, and this is where, within these next few sessions, is where you really, little parts of you, if you do want to give up, they'll be ignited. But just think of it this way. This is the mountain climb. But when you get to the top of this first mountain, the view is fantastic. And there's more to come, and the view gets better and better. But you will enjoy it. It's just you're putting in your hours. And as I've said before, music's testing you. Are you really going to commit? Do you really want to play music? And if you put in the hours, you will then be, as I said before, there will come a day when you are a conduit for music and you really, really will love it and you really will enjoy it and you will feel so free doing it. I'm going to stop talking. You get to playing. I'll see you next session. Take care. Bye-bye.